Hello, beloved. This is the Reverend Naomi King, and I'd like to offer you a practice of preparing for rest. Just because you can experiment, this might be one of the things that you want to take on, and maybe something else works for you. But often I find that without regular ritual around the time to go to rest, that other habits kick in, usually the habits of doing. So if we can structure those habits around some specific ritual towards rest time, we may find our rest more refreshing, easier to drop into sleep, and beneficial in the long haul. So coming into a seat, perhaps you drop your gaze, lower the eyes, or close the eyes, if that's feeling appropriate and safe to you. Sitting so that your diaphragm is supported. And if your back aches too much to sit, propping yourself up on some nice cushions, getting comfortable, but still have a support to allow the diaphragm to expand and also make room for the rib cage expanding and contracting. So begin to deepen the breath. Breathing in, drawing in, letting the diaphragm expand outward as you breathe in. Exhaling, long, slow exhale from the diaphragm all the way up. Abdominal muscles on top, the rectus abdominis might get involved. If you don't breathe down to your diaphragm for any number of reasons, just breathe as deeply into the body as is comfortable for you. Lengthening that breath. And the next inhalation, I invite you to take the shoulders up by your ears. Either imagine that or lift. Exhaling, letting the shoulders come back down. Inhaling, bringing the shoulders maybe 75% of the way up. And this works with the subtle body as well if the shoulders don't want to move. Exhaling, release. I also will scrunch up my face if the shoulders are not cooperative with me. Inhaling, drawing the shoulders up to 50%, so maybe I would tighten the eyes and engage around the face. And then exhale, releasing, letting the shoulders drop, the face relaxes. 25% up on the next inhalation. And then exhaling, releasing. And this time bracing, as you inhale, bracing those shoulders and the chest, and bracing the face. Getting the tension, but not actually making major changes in the facial muscles. And then exhale, release, sign that out. And maybe there's another deep breath and another long sigh. As you gather up things that need to be released for the night. You can put them back and back to them tomorrow, just putting them aside. And maybe we're drawn to particular areas of awareness inside our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, our spirit body, our breath body, our mental body. We're something feels a little stuck. So breathing towards the stuckness. Sending love and encouragement to those areas. It helps not to try to do too many areas at once, just choosing one. And if there's some easing after a few breaths, you may choose another area of tension. If a readjustment of the physical body would help relax and make any more comfort, take the moment to readjust. That's rolling the shoulders roll, or tilting the head and the chin tucks forward towards the chest. May even be reaching out and stretching some arms, lengthening the spine. Maybe even a little twist, one side. Inhaling as you come back to center. You want to inhale to keep the spine long, and then twisting to the other side on the exhale. Inhaling, coming back to center. Maybe you reach from one side, supporting, lengthening. Inhaling, coming back to center. Maybe you reach to the other side. Inhaling, coming back to center. Maybe the palms come in front of you and lengthen them forward. The hips tilt forward and come forward. And then relax, coming back up. Sometimes where the pain and the tension maybe in our bodies is a request for some movement. It doesn't have to be vigorous. It can be very gentle, or even gentler than what I just offered. I'll invite you into moving into either prayer or meditation. If you need to unburden your heart, I find prayer to be a real helpful support. If I'm sitting with observing how many challenging stories or sensations I'm having and needing to practice detaching from them and not following them, meditation can be helpful, because in meditation we sit, we continue to breathe, we come back to this point of either the breath or perhaps a mantra, a vehicle for the mind, where we are noticing what rises, the stories, the sensations, the feelings, the hooks, and not following them. We make a choice as each rises. Oh, there that is. Yeah, don't have to follow it. There that is. And I don't have to follow it. There this is. Okay, that'll wait till tomorrow. There this is. And some of us like to move in a more guided practice, which I'm going to offer now. I invite you to lower or gently close the eyes and imagine you're in a beautiful garden. It has all the scents you love. It may be a garden at any time of the day. The temperature is perfect. Perhaps there is the sound of water, the feel of a coolness, a breeze on the cheek. In this garden, and you feel fully at home. And perhaps you move through it however you move. Maybe that's in a chair, or on crutches, or with prostheses, or with a walker. Maybe that's on feet. However you move, moving through your garden. And somewhere in this garden, you're moving towards a place where you know you're totally safe. You feel deeply, deeply at home. Maybe you'll meet some friends there. Or maybe you'll have nourishing solitude. Your choice. Just as which plants are there, what blossoms are open, what season of the year it is. These are your choices, your garden. Coming into this place where you feel most at ease, most yourself. There's no one to please here but you. No more masks that need to be worn. Nobody to fawn towards. Nobody to flee from. Nobody to be fearful of. And nobody who will frighten. Just peacefulness. Sitting here, breathing in your garden, your place of belonging. Maybe your gardens are full of plants, and maybe they're full of sculptures. Maybe there are many kinds of stones, and maybe there's many kinds of sand. Maybe there's lots of water. And maybe there's abundance of any other kinds. Sounds, life here, tastes, smells, space. As your pulse relaxes, your heartbeat comes into sync with your garden. May you find some spaciousness, a sense of grace to touch, and a knowing, now that you've come this far to this place, you can return again at some point in the future as you wish. Your choice. Perhaps you'll sleep here in this garden, in which case it's time to make yourself ready in your bed. And perhaps you'll leave the garden and go to your place of rest in another area. Taking your time to choose and breathe and remembering that sense of well-being. It was yours, even if just for a few moments.